Wagayali Ramushi Ravuya Halilumbwe Ihina Nyamwami Wagawita Ime Jesu Mungu ni Bethlehemu Wagayali Lwamuji Babuya Halilumbwe Ihina Nyamwami Wagawita Ime Wandianda Ula Halilumbwe Ihina Nyamwami Wagawita Ime
That's beautiful music from God's Envoys.
Amen.
We will now come to the panel discussion that will be headed by the team that is up front here. So we are now open to the open discussion.
Good afternoon, church. This week we have been discussing about different categories of the families that we have in the church, and we have gone through and discussed the challenges. Some categories of the family were emotional, And we realize that we still have one more category of the family we have, and that is the different abled family. At this moment, I'll invite Brother Mpundu to just highlight the challenges which the young people living with disabilities face, and how the church as a family can support them.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Church. Good afternoon once again. Thank you for this opportunity for me to share my experience with people with disabilities. Allow me to say that I've been involved with people with disabilities since, I think that should have been 2014, 2015, when I was given an opportunity to work with Munali branch. For those that may not know, University Church has a branch at Munali, which it helps in worship with people with disabilities. That is the people that have hearing challenges, and we also have some people that are blind. So from that time up to now, I've had that opportunity to share their life and to see what challenges that they pass through. And today I've been told I need to talk about that. And this is an opportunity that I've always looked forward to, because after interaction with the church, I discovered that very few people fully understand what our friends or colleagues face, or are even aware of what the challenges they go through. So now, to start with, I'd like to mention that some of these people come from families who may not know what to do with them. What I mean is this. You see, as a parent, you're not expecting to have a child who has some challenges, physical challenges, and then you have a child. You don't even know sign language. By the time they're growing up, you have that child, you do not know anything to do. As a child is growing up, they feel as if they're being left out. In the society, they don't know how to communicate properly. So one of the challenges that we discovered was that these people feel excluded. And as a church, one of the things that we have tried to, or strives to work towards it, is that we want them to feel part of the church, to be feeling part of the community. That's one of the things that we have been doing. So, from the homes where they're coming from, by the way, we have our colleague is coming from Nali. He can speak, but he cannot hear fully. So we thought he might share part of his testimony as well. Just say a bit. Sorry? Okay. He can, he can sit there. Yes. So one of the challenges that we discovered was that these people feel to be left out. So as a church, one of the things that we can do is to help them to feel part of, to be part of the church and to be welcomed, to interact with them. The other challenge that we discovered is that many of them come from families that are struggling financially, and such that others might enroll at Munali there, but they could not continue with their studies because of lack of financial support. So that's some of the challenges that these people face. The other challenge that we came to realize is that, communication, as you may be aware, is a challenge. And some of the, according to the interaction that we had with them, some of the teachers that come there, they will not really understand or fully communicate in sign language. So you find that the way we speak and the way they understand is difficult. So when it comes to academics, they don't really perform very well. It's a challenge such that when you look at the results, you wonder what is happening, but it's just a simple issue of communication breakdown. But the question could be, as a church, how do we come in? It's simple. First of all, we need to help them to find ways of communication by helping them know how to grasp academically these things, and also learn sign language. I learned sign language from this church. We were a number of people, but apparently as time goes on, very few people continued with it. As a church, if it was to come in, take deliberate action of coming in to learn sign language, it will really help the communication barrier. Before I talk too much, allow me to end in this way. It is my passionate plea to say that as a church, we need to take deliberate action to be involved in helping these people. There's so many challenges that I can spend the whole day talking about them. But what is needed is for the church to take a deliberate action. You as an individual, don't wait for a collective group, but you as an individual, be involved in Munali, be involved in these people. They really need your help. There's so many things that I can say, but I'm going to allow and give chance to my colleagues to speak. At least I talk a lot. Thank you.
Okay, happy Sabbath, church. Amen. Yeah, even me, we came in together in 2015. I remember I wanted to join the class that Brother Pumza joined. Actually, it was full. So like, what should I do? So I just decided like, okay, let me learn from them. So from that time, I've been learning from our friends, who are different abled. So from that time, 2015, up to this point, just to add from what Brother Pumza has said, that the other way we can help our friend is by having interpreters. For example, the way we've opened this time, the two of us were that side, were at Munadi. Then this side, I also thank the church through the technical team. They've given us a platform such that when service is going on here at church, our friends can access it via Facebook. Now, the only challenge that we're having currently is that we don't have interpreters. If us were there at Bunadi, here we won't have interpreters, and we have friends like my brother here, Brother Daniel. When he completes school, he'll go home, and most of them, they come from, last week we carried out a survey. We only discovered that most of our members, they've gone, those that were baptized, and we have new members who are in grade 10, grade 11, grade 12, and most of them come from non-Adventists. So when they go home, they won't have an opportunity, even if we baptize them here, they can't worship that side. So that is a challenge that we're facing currently. Like you baptize, they go, they don't have an opportunity to worship again. But through the technical, if we can have a number of interpreters, interpreters can be helping us there in the technical team as us were there at Munadi. So this is one of the challenges that we're facing. Apart from that, just like Brother Pumza had already highlighted, when they finish school, they go, most of them, there's like poor performance. And they continue, others, they'll continue coming, asking from the church, from the department. So we've realized that, okay, this is a burden. Can't we come up with an idea, even start even a business like a restaurant, where a number of them can be working. After that, maybe they make money, we give another group. So it's a challenge, like it's a continuous burden on the department. And the other thing is that the church can increase the budget for the department so that we can help our friends, because we have others, when they close, they go. Others, they opt to come back and worship with us here. So there's that challenges with transport. So they need transport for going back. So this is another challenge that the department is facing. And the other thing is that from them, they've been saying like, when we come, we just sit at the corner. We'd want to feel part of the church. Maybe we have an interpreter here in front so that they feel that, okay, we're part of the church, not just to sit. We sit at the corner, we come and go. So this is a concern from them. So as a church, we can also work on that. Maybe they start sitting in front. We have other interpreters here in front. Like what other churches are doing, like Woodlands. It's something that they are doing, and we've been seeing that because of that, others, they go as far as that side. And also the use of visual aids, like, yes, in worship, like if we can have maybe songs beamed with some videos to depict what the song is saying, it can also enhance our interpretation, as we have an interpreter standing there. Yeah, so these are some of the solution that the church can do and also the challenges that the department is facing. Thank you.
Thank you so much, church. We have heard how one of the families that we have in the church, the challenges which they go through and how we can help. You mentioned that testimony. So we'll give time to Brother Daniel to give us his experience.
Okay. So I'm going to talk to him. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yes, Brother Daniel, how are you? How are you? Fine. Okay. How many times have you come to Unza Church? Okay. Okay. So he's saying. Okay, he's been here once. So this is his second time. Yes. So if talking and signing is a bit of a challenge, I hope I make it. Okay. But the Pums is going to sign. Okay, I'll be asking him the question. Okay. Yes. If you want the church to improve how you've been, the last time you came, yes, what can the church do? Okay. Yeah, so he said he would want to see some interpreters, and also he would love to participate in some activities in the church. Can you give us some example of activities that you would love to participate in the church? Okay. Okay, saying in future he can want to participate in choir, and he also would love to see a pastor preaching in sign language. Okay, thanks so much. Yes. So I'll ask you another question. When were you born deaf or you just became deaf? He was not born deaf, but yeah, he got sick. He was not born deaf, he was just okay, but there was a time he became very sick. That's how he lost his hearing. Okay.
He's saying that he used to, Alan Pfaff, remember he was playing a lot of music, loud music. So this one is closed, but this one is okay at least.
Oh, okay, I missed it. Okay, so what he said, he was born okay, but he used to play very loud music, eh? Yes, so one ear closed, but this side. So no wonder he's able to hear, but not everything. Okay, yeah, so it's something so cautious to the church that we have to minimize when we should not play too loud music. Yeah, so because of too loud music, he lost one ear, but he can hear the other sides. So that's how he joined our friends who are deaf, but it was okay. Thank you so much.
I just want to make one last emphasis, if you don't mind, just a minute or so. One other challenge that I just really need to bring out is that, like we mentioned, our friends, when they finish their grade 12, they go out there. They have nothing to do. Others just go and sit at home. Others, it's very, very difficult for them to find employment. Now, as a church, as in Munali, our initiative to try to help them is to see if they can learn a bit of maybe a trade or skill, so that they are no longer job seekers, but they're job creators. What I mean is that they need to work on their own so that they're independent. So our plea to the church is that if there are any well-wishers that can help sponsor any of our friends just to take up a trade, would really appreciate, because it would go a long way to help them be independent and not all the time being dependent on the church. So that's our plea to the church. If you can help us, please, you can come through, you can see us, and that would be great. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sister Merity, Brother Pomza, and Brother Daniel. And the church, we have discussed a lot of things throughout the week, and it's upon each one of us to take a challenge to be a brother's keeper among the different categories of the families that we have talked about. And at this point, I'll hand over to the moderator.
Thank you so much, church. You have heard the challenges that our friends who are differently abled are facing in the church. I think this topic, it's not only maybe for this, there are other people who are differently abled. And therefore, it's up to us to reach out to them so that we can help them in one way or the other. I would like to find out whether Brother Simuyandi is around. If he's not here, then let me know if he's around. But at this time, before the discussion proceeds or before we end, I will invite God's envoys to give us 2 songs.